And that can only happen with central change in leadership. And that's not just governmental, that's flat across the board.
Societal.
Yeah. This comes from so Shelley, you mentioned earlier as well, I think we've had it once or twice again. I think Vicky might have mentioned it. Nowadays you have young women, young girls, AFABs, signed female at birth, saying, oh, I want to be an engineer, an astronaut, fighter pilot, predominantly male dominated industries. And it's a case of go girl, go for it. What do you need? And we'll make sure that it happens. That's because there are so many people in our generation who've wanted that and have been told no.
Right.
Now we're old enough, we're going to everyone else because we can, because we don't give a shit, and we're going to pave the way for the younger generation, because then our sisters can achieve it, and that's how we get equality.
Okay, what I'd like to do, with your permission, ladies, is take Shelley up on her idea of you each telling a story. I think.
Oh God, hang on! I need to put Lippy on and some earrings.
Hold on.
Let me just do it fast because I have to be on a broadcast very soon.
Yeah, so, cool. So sorry, you tell your story, Shelley.
Oh gosh. I have broken every rule in the book, so I am a disruptor in every way. And I just want to go back to before, because I am about conscious leadership. So I support men and women, and I don't think that women are it. We are the female quotient, but it's about changing the equation and closing the gaps. And I don't think it's about taking power from men to give to women. We are about men and women leading. I'm just about eliminating assholes, period, whether they're men or women. If you're a jerk, I hire for passion, train for skill, unless you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or an accountant, or going to space, by the way. So I just applaud. And I know Katherine Johnson and what she did, creating the first trajectory to the moon. And I think she is amazing, by the way. Everyone in space is remarkable. So I am all about men and women working together. Gender equality is not about men or women. It's about, everyone doing the right thing. So
fantastic.
I think that's amazing. My disruptor story, I disrupt all the time. I think, what's my disruptor story?
You told me that you'd always been doing it for yourself, always the first in the room.
I'll tell you my Davos story. This is a good one. This is a good Davos story. We were invited. So I've created the first, I do equality lounges. I do pop-up spaces at industry conferences that are predominantly male-dominated spaces. I don't like to golf. I think it's really boring. And so we were invited to the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland 9 years ago. There are very few women at Davos. I called it the place for the 17%. Only 17% have white badges, women at the world table. And so originally I called them girls' lounges. The opposite of boys, girl, the opposite of club is lounge. If there's a boys' club, now there's a girls' lounge. So I created these things called girls' lounges. And I went to a big partner and asked them to sponsor the lounge. I needed $250,000. My invitation to the World Economic Forum was, we want you to come, but you might not feel welcome. My head said, don't go. Who wants to go to a place that you're not going to feel welcome? My heart said, I have to go to change the equation and close the gender gap. And so I went to a big financial institution. It was a women's group at the financial institution. I said, would you sponsor us? And they said, we will, only if you'll change the name. We don't like Girls Lounge. And I said, have you ever heard of men object to being boys in the boys club? And I said, why are we stereotyping ourselves? And they said, it just doesn't seem serious enough at the World Economic Forum. I said, fine, I'm going to go. I will pay for it myself. So went to the World Economic Forum, called it the Girls Lounge, the place for the 17%. I took a little shack and put the shingle up, and all these power women at the World Economic Forum popped their head in. Some showed up, some men came. I had the best content in the world, and that was that. Year 2, Jamie Dimon came, and today, 9 years later, we are a double-story glass house, and we are standing room only. We trend top 5 at the World Economic Forum. and we're an unbadged space, so all women can come. We flood the streets of the World Economic Forum, and once women started supporting women, which now we're 3 million women across every industry in over 100 countries, I then evolved to the Equality Lounge, bringing men, conscious leaders. I now call it the place for conscious leaders. We are pop-up spaces, over 70 at every industry conference around the world. And we have changed the equation, and we are closing the gender gap. But that is a very disruptive move.
That is quite a story that you've set for the other ladies to follow. It's a pity you had to go first because, they're all thinking, oh no, what am I going to say? Thank you for that, Shelley. That's fantastic. The interesting, if you don't know this, the effect where we whitewash women out of history, especially scientific, is called the Matilda effect. And I learned that from watching The Simpsons. But anyway, who would like to go next with their story about themselves, how they disrupted? Oh, Paulette, yeah, I knew you'd dive in there.
I have to dash out quickly. So, Paulette Watson, I'm a global disruptor, currently leading on the Be Me, digital inclusion to raise 1 million Black women and girls aspiration in STEM, AI and Web3 related careers. And I'm disrupting up the place. Won quite a lot of awards. Recently won the Global Caribbean Awards, recently won the Global Women Entrepreneur Awards. I've won about 15 awards. And literally, I want to see us close the gap collectively, making sure that no one's left behind. Yesterday, we just ran our national STEM event, so the Be Me Sustainable event, and we had global leaders come and talk to young global majority women. And that was awesome. And it just resonated with me that I am contributing to society, and young girls are able to see someone that look like themselves leading from the top or enabling others. Because once they see or have a role model, they will be able to empower someone else. So that's how I'm disrupting. And I would love to invite you all. Let us collaborate and let us create a collective impact and disrupt together.
Go, girl. Hey, Paulette, will you come with us to CES? We're doing a whole AI thing.
Oh, AI, yes, absolutely. I love AI, definitely. Let's hook up, definitely. Thanks, Shelley. And thank you, everyone else.
See ya. Okay, Shelley, do you need to go?
Yeah, I do, but I want to hear everyone's stories. I feel so bad, but I'm on at 9 on a broadcast. Jonathan, thank you for bringing us all together. Will you all stay connected?
I'll put all your details in the YouTube video.
Okay. Everyone stay connected. You're invited to all of our lounges wherever we go. Come join us. Seriously, I'm so grateful. I just have to be on in 11 minutes, so I'm so sorry to jump out. But thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Treat.
Bye. So who are we going? So we've got Paulette, we've got Shelley. Who would like to go next? There you go. If you go for it then.
Me?
Yes. Sorry.
Wonderful. Sorry. No, that's okay. So I want to share a disruptor story that I influenced. It's not mine. It is mine, kind of. So I'm neurodiverse, and I'm somewhere on the LBG rainbow, and I work with lots of people who choose to be non-binary. And I completed a course about the correct use of pronouns to be respectful of everybody. So it's not ladies and gentlemen, it's all persons here present. And I'm actually very passionate about this because I think when you're starting off and you're meeting somebody for the first time, and you can always use their pronouns, or you can ask. So you say to someone, hey, Jonathan, my name's Vicky, she, her, and Jonathan can respond with their pronouns. And then that way you get to know if it's they, them, he, him, meow, it, or another style of pronouns. Well, I've actually taught my son to speak gender neutral. So when he meets people, he goes over to them and says, my pronouns are he, him. And there was this one particular instance where he was